Hi guys, what's up? Toboloco here, and today we are here with FIFA 22 predicts the Champions League 2021-2022 season. Now I've done this about 3 or 4 times in the past and they've been mildly successful, so I'm going to do it again this year. Now I feel like I have to explain some of the teams that are not in here. Most of you will already know why some of the teams are not in here, but for the people that don't really know, FIFA don't have licensing for some of the teams, or some of the teams are differently named because they're not licensed properly or anything like that. So we're just going to go through. So in Group D, for some reason we got Droghead there, or whatever they are. They have been used to replace Sheriff, because Sheriff aren't on the game because the Moldovan League isn't on this game. It isn't. It just isn't. So unfortunately, we just have to live with that fact, and the game's automatically replaced them with Drogheader, or however you say it. In Group F, you can notice that it doesn't say Atalanta, it says Bergamo. Now I think, I could be wrong, it's still Atalanta, but I think that's the place that it represents, because EA have lost a couple of licenses to some Italian teams or Serie A teams, so I think that's why they're there. So it's either still at Atalanta but under a different name, or it's a completely different team. I don't know, maybe someone can tell me. And in Group H, we have Spartak Moscow replacing Zenit St. Petersburg. I did look for Zenit St. Petersburg on here, and they aren't on here. There's no Russian league here at all. Look, if you can see, there's no Russian league. If you go to rest of the world, if you go to W and Z, there is no Z, so there's no Zenit St. Petersburg. Why? Because PES actually owns the exclusive license for Zenit St. Petersburg. I think, anyway, I think that's why it is. So that's why we cannot see these teams. Now that I've cleared this up, hopefully no one will come on here and say, hey, why are you not using the correct teams? It's not me, it's EA. I don't know why EA persist to have a Champions League mode on FIFA when they can't license all the 32 teams that are on the Champions League, or who have qualified for the Champions League. So we're going to predict this. Now we need to follow a few teams that I feel will get close to the Champions League final, or will go to the Champions League final. So I need to follow a few teams, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow Bayern, because they're a pretty good shout. I'm going to follow Man City, and I'm going to follow PSG, and who else can I follow? We'll go for Chelsea, just for the sake of like having a different few teams or whatever. So we've got Man City, Paris, FC Bayern Munich and Chelsea. That's personally who I feel could potentially win the Champions League this season. This season starting. Maybe Real Madrid or Liverpool could be outsiders, possibly Manchester United. So the first match of the Champions League simulation is Manchester City versus PSG. I don't think it went like that in real life. I think Manchester City had to play Leipzig and PSG had to play Club Brugge. So it's not really doing it in order, so apologies for that. So we're just going to simulate it and just see what happens. We're doing quick sims on this one. We're not going to do like the normal sims. So Manchester City beat PSG 2-0. Next match in this Champions League simulation is against, well, it's Bayern versus Barcelona. So we'll see what happens. In this one, I think Bayern Munich in real life beat Barcelona 3-0. Would that happen in this simulation? Would it happen? Oh, but Barcelona won 3-2 against Bayern Munich. Very good result for Barcelona. The next simulation is Chelsea versus Juve. That's going to be a really good match, I think, when that comes around. I think Chelsea will win it, but Juve seem to be a bit on a downward spiral since losing Ronaldo. And there we go. Chelsea have won 3-2 against Juventus, so not too bad there. The next match we have to simulate is Dynamo Kiev versus Bayern Munich. So this should be an easy win for Bayern Munich, surely. There can't be any... oh, okay, that's a bit of a shocker. Dynamo Kiev, the game thinks that Dynamo Kiev will beat Bayern Munich. So we got Chelsea versus the replacement for Zenit. Just think of it as Zenit. They're literally the closest thing I could find to Zenit. I know that Spartak Moscow might be in the Europa League. I know they might be, but please just pretend they're Zenit. There we go. Chelsea beat Zenit 3-1. Next match is Club Brugge versus Man City. This, in my opinion, should be an easy win for Manchester City, although Club Brugge did surprise us by drawing against PSG in matchday 1 of the Champions League, and Man City scraped by with a 2-1 win against Club Brugge. The next match for PSG is against Leipzig, so I feel that PSG should be winning this one. I mean, PSG are pretty insane this year, although, well, it's a 3-0 win for PSG there, although PSG, like I said earlier, against Club Brugge, they struggled against them. Next match for Bayern Munich is against Benfica, so I think this would be a win for Bayern Munich. This is why I picked these teams, because I feel that these are the teams, these 4 teams, which will get close to the Champions League final. So hopefully we'll actually have a simulation that will take us all the way to the final. So Chelsea versus Malmo, this should be a win for Chelsea, I feel. It absolutely should. Let's see what happens. And it's a 2-1 victory for Chelsea, so a nice little victory for them. Okay, so PSG versus Club Brugge. This is their 3rd match. I think Neymar's injured. I don't know how he's on the pitch. I don't know why they're still playing him. Remember, I have no control of what's happening with the coaching options or anything like that. I'm just letting the game do its thing. Let's just see what PSG can do against Club Brugge. And it is a 2-1 victory for PSG. Next match for Manchester City is against Leipzig. The first match day in real life was a thriller. It was a 6-3 absolute thriller, like I said. Nkunku for Leipzig got 3 goals, a hat-trick against Man City. That's pretty impressive. Let's see what happens in this one, see if the game can come anywhere close. Not really. A 2-1 victory for Manchester City. So the 4th match in the Champions League group stage for Man City is again against Leipzig. Let's see if Leipzig can turn the tables and beat Manchester City at home. Can they do it, or will Manchester City win? That's another 2-1 victory. So pretty decent results for Manchester City there. PSG versus Club Brugge in their 4th match of the group stage. This should be a win for PSG at home and everything. You've got to think, yeah, it's 2-0 victory for PSG. The 4th match for Chelsea ended in a 3-1 victory at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea against Malmo. As expected, to be fair, Chelsea a very strong team in that group. I think Chelsea will finish top of that group. I think Juve will actually struggle. They will come second, but I think they'll struggle against Chelsea. Bayern Munich versus Benfica ends in a 1-1 draw, so an impressive result for Benfica. The 5th match for Chelsea is against Juventus away from home. Can Chelsea get a decent result away from home, or will Juve take this one? Let's have a look and see. Oh, it's a draw. Okay, that's quite realistic, I'd say. Away from home, Chelsea. The 5th match for Barcelona and Bayern Munich is against each other. Now, do I think that Bayern Munich will beat Barcelona away from home? Yes, I feel that they still are way stronger than Barcelona at this point in time. So let's see if I'm right about that. Oh, okay, Coutinho scored the lone goal in that one and Barcelona win 1-0. Maybe the home advantage helped them a little bit. The 5th match in Group A is PSG versus Manchester City. Man City away from home, PSG at home. What is going to happen in this one? My prediction is probably a 2-2. I'm going to go for 2-2, I feel. Let's have a look. Oh, it's 1-1, so I wasn't too far off. Neymar and Mahrez with goals in the 32nd minute and the 39th minute. Match day 6 for Manchester City is against Club Brugge. This should be a Manchester City win all over that. Surely has to be. Okay, yeah, a 2-1, fairly decent result for Man City. And in PSG and Leipzig's match, the 6th match, the last one of the group stage, let's see what happens in this one. PSG going to win? Yep, 2-0. Messi scored in that one. The 6th match for Bayern Munich is against Kiev at home. This surely has to be a win for Bayern Munich, right? Yep, 2-1, not too bad that result. An awful lot of 2-1 results, very close results in the Champions League. Of course, we haven't seen a blowout yet. We could do in the round of 16 and stuff, but I feel like my predictions that I feel like Chelsea, Bayern Munich, PSG and Man City, all of those teams have won most of their games. I don't think most of them I don't think off the top of my head most of them have actually lost too many. Round of 16 we have Sporting versus Villarreal, Juventus versus Man City, Atalanta versus Barcelona, Bayern Munich versus Atletico Madrid, Liverpool versus Dortmund, Lille versus Real Madrid, Inter versus Wolfsburg, and Chelsea versus PSG. So one of my teams is guaranteed to be knocked out. So the first round of 16 match is Manchester City versus Juve. If you want my personal prediction, Manchester City all over. On current form, at the time of recording, yeah, Manchester City all over. You never know, Juve might pick it up, but Man City won 2-1 away from home, so that gives them the away goal advantage. Bayern versus Atleti, I think that, it's quite a hard match to predict, but I'm going to go with Bayern Munich. I'm going to go for the safe bet and go for Bayern Munich. Yeah, 2-0 at home for Bayern Munich, so they basically booked their place in the quarterfinal at this point. Next match, PSG versus Chelsea, a hard one to call because Chelsea, previous champions of the Champions League, and then PSG, insane squad, absolutely insane. It's hard to predict it, so I'm just going to let the game do it. I'm not going to make any predictions because I'm going to make Chelsea fans mad or PSG fans mad. And PSG took the win against Chelsea, although Chelsea have got the important away goal. We're back with Atleti versus Bayern Munich, and I think Bayern Munich have got this in the bag 100%. Even if they get a goal, yeah, wow, that was a thriller of a match. But yeah, 4-3 on the day and 6-3 on aggregate to Bayern Munich. Aggregate 2-1. I feel like Man City would finish this game off in real life. I think they're a little bit stronger than Juve. So yeah, they just finished it off 1-0, done. We're back with the big one, Chelsea versus PSG. Now, can Chelsea get the important goal and then not concede anymore? If they do concede, then the game's over. Let's find out and see what the game thinks. Chelsea won 2-0 and knocked PSG out. Wow. Okay, well, that's surprising because PSG, I thought that PSG would actually get into the final. That was one of my teams I was banking on to get into the Champions League final. Okay, these are the quarterfinals we got then. So we got Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund, an all-German affair there. We got Barcelona versus Chelsea, Wolfsburg versus Manchester City, and Real Madrid versus Sporting Portugal. So Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund. This is going to be a hard one to call, I feel. In a Champions League setting, I feel like these two teams are going to be different beasts against each other. In the league, Bayern Munich do beat Dortmund most of the time. We'll see what happens in this simulation. And it's a 0-0 draw, so literally it's down to the last game. That's really interesting. Chelsea versus Barcelona. Again, me personally, I think Chelsea would win this match. But at the Nou Camp, maybe not. Maybe they'll turn it around at Stamford Bridge. That's what I feel anyway. Let's see what the game thinks. And yeah, Chelsea won 2-0 at the Nou Camp. Chelsea are, they are good this season. And they were good last season when they won the Champions League. So I think the game sort of realised that. Here's a very interesting one. Wolfsburg versus Manchester City. I feel like I'm going to have to go with a Man City win in this one. Wow, okay, so Wolfsburg took the 1-0 victory against Manchester City. That's huge for them. All they need to do now is go to the Etihad and just defend. That's all they have to do. We're back with the Wolfsburg-Manchester City game, the second leg of the tie. I feel Manchester City would win at the Etihad. Surely, with that squad, they have to, right? It would be a failure if Man City did. And it went to penalties because it was an aggregate score 2-2, and Manchester City did come through with the penalty win. We're back with the big German face-off. Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. Who's going to win this? It's too close to call because it was a draw in the first game. It's really close to call. Who's going to win this? Oh, Bayern Munich took it 3-2 on aggregate. But this is what I mean. When Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich play, that's the kind of scoreline you would get. The last match of the quarter-finals is Chelsea versus Barcelona. Chelsea hold a 2-0 aggregate lead against Barcelona. Can Barcelona turn it around? Or will Chelsea just finish the game off strong and go into the semi-finals? They did. I mean, they lost, but they still went through. Barcelona almost did it. So this is your semi-final matchup according to the game, so you can revisit this video or whatever, or if you're watching this in 2022 in the semi-final stages of the Champions League, this is how it should look like according to FIFA. We've got Real Madrid versus Manchester City and Chelsea versus Bayern Munich. So Real Madrid versus Manchester City, tough one to call, but I'm going to go with Real Madrid on the first match. I feel home advantage and everything. I feel like, oh, okay, Manchester City in a thriller 3-2 against Real Madrid. Chelsea versus Bayern Munich, a very tough matchup for both of these teams. I'm going to say Chelsea again though. They've been really good in this simulation. I feel like Chelsea are going to take it again. Oh, okay, now they're in a little bit of a hole now. Chelsea lost 2-1 at home to Bayern Munich, so they need to get goals in the reverse fixture. Okay, the reverse fixture is here. Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Could this be the end of Chelsea's run in the Champions League, or will they mount a good comeback and knock Bayern Munich out? Let's have a look and see what happens. Oh, they almost, I mean, they scored first, and then Lewandowski just put the game to bed in the 59th minute and they couldn't get back into it. So Bayern Munich are one of the finalists according to the game. Manchester City versus Real Madrid, let's simulate it and find out who wins out of these two. It is, ooh, okay, so Real Madrid won 1-0 and then it went to penalties, and Manchester City scored all their penalties and Real Madrid missed a few. So Manchester City versus Bayern Munich is your 2022 Champions League final matchup. Who is our Champions League winner for 2022? I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be Manchester City. I feel like it. I feel like this is their year, and there it is. It is their year. Jesus in the 95th minute scores to win them the Champions League in extra time. Wow, that's huge for Manchester City. So just out of interest, while I wrap the video up, here are the top goal scorers for this season's Champions League according to the game, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Like I said, did you agree or did you not agree? Let me know in the comments down below. Keep it local as always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you again for the next video.